going to break down exactly what systems and processes you need to implement into your finance company to be able to book high quality meetings on autopilot at a really high level. In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're literally keeping our calendar full of just nothing but high quality meetings coming in, okay? Leveraging AI, ads, and an A player to pretty much automate our entire acquisition process. Last week, guys, our team with just cold outbound, right? Leveraging AI, booked us 12 high quality calls. I'm gonna break down exactly what we do to be able to do the volume to do those numbers, right? What's working right now, and exactly how you guys can use these systems I'm gonna go over to scale. Because there is a big problem in the marketplace right now, right? Either you're still doing manual outreach or you tried to scale a team and you don't have the proper kind of systems and procedures in place to genuinely scale that team in just an autonomous fashion, right? Or you guys are still just heavily relying on like word of mouth and referrals and maybe even doing just live events and extending your network. We're in this new age marketing space where you have the ability to target hundreds and thousands of targeted people every single day, put your offer in front of the right people, outreach to nothing but just qualified leads, leverage AI ads and the right processes to literally book high quality meetings consistently. So now that you have a predictable revenue, right? You've created a sustainable business, and you actually have a chance to build a true, sellable asset where you can go do $50, $80, $100,000 a month, right? Just leveraging the right systems, okay? And I'm gonna break down exactly, like I said, what we are doing to be able to book high quality meetings on autopilot for ourselves. We call it acquisition ascension, but it's a process of leveraging AI, ads, and an A player to make this acquisition process just autonomous, okay? We want to scale you out of the role of where you're still, like I said, doing the manual outreach. Still just like, it's strenuous, like figuring out where the next, leads are coming from, right? You're having to extend yourself and maybe overextend your network. It's like, there's a plethora of people that want what you have to offer. You just need to go put your offer in front of them. A lot of these finance companies that we're onboarding right now are also having a problem with their ads, where they're having to declare into a certain category for their ads, and then the quality is starting to diminish across the board, right? So how do you get high quality meetings coming in consistently, okay? And that's exactly what I'm going to break down and solve here for you, okay? Because that's exactly what these systems do solve. And if this does make sense for you, just comment or DM B2B. And we're going to hop on a call and we're going to dive in to exactly how we'll personalize every step of this process with you. And no matter what, we will give you a free marketing game plan and show you the systems that will allow you to automate your acquisition process. So to dive into acquisition ascension, there's 3 levers that you really need to dial in, okay? AI, and when I say AI, what do I mean? It's leveraging AI for outbound. Okay, again, what does that mean? Okay, so we've built, again, everything we're going to dive into here today is immediate deliverables for all of our partners that come on board with us. Show you how to leverage multiple aged accounts, how to warm them up properly, make sure they don't go into the spam inbox, and actually how to build these pages in congruence to where you're going and want to go with your brand, right? Again, immediate deliverables, but we dive into all of that through onboarding, diving into, just exactly, your offer, right? Who's your ICP? What's your backstory? What's your branding, right? So that the brands can get built into congruence. Okay, we're going to dial in your ICP, your ideal customer persona or profile, your target audience per se. So we can exactly just tailor, okay, how can we scrape and target nothing but quality leads, okay? So this acquisition ascension process, it's going to be completely in-house, okay? So this process is going to be hands-free of us and you, okay? So we're going to be just establishing proven systems into your business to automate that acquisition process, okay? And again, any questions you have, pause the video, comment below, or DM us, right? The questions that are popping up in Horizon, because we love answering them. We love helping people genuinely figure out how to scale their business today, right? Because that's what these systems are going to allow you to do. Now, honestly speaking, if you aren't looking to scale your finance company, genuinely scale that consulting aspect of it, and learn how to move into this info space, in this new age marketing and scaling your high ticket offer, right? Go ahead and click off this video because it's not for you. I'm just genuinely speaking, right? Like, we took a sales call earlier today, and the guy just wasn't looking to scale his business. He was comfortable at 4 to 5K a month. And it's like, yeah, I'm still going to give you some sauce. I'm still going to give you that free marketing game plan. But genuinely speaking, these systems aren't for you, because these systems right here will break your like, it's gonna create an influx of demand for what you have to offer, right? Which is why you need the setter, right? Which is why you need to leverage AI. Like, you need to start automating and delegating that acquisition aspect of it, and especially once you leverage the right systems to get an influx of just positive replies, right? And you're nurturing a bunch of people, and you're having a bunch of positive conversations. It's generally what it takes, right? You need to start automating and delegating. That way you can scale. And I hope that makes sense. So AI is leveraged through the outbound processes, and what the outbound looks like feeds this ecosystem that we call acquisition ascension, right? What the outbound processes look like is you'll be achieving around 300 to 500 targeted DMs a day, okay, resulting in 3 to 5 calls booked per day when this is running at a really high level. Okay, guys, like I said, we booked 11 calls last week with just our outbound processes. Okay, I mean, guys, not too many people in the marketplace are doing this at a high level, right? Which is another reason why we're coming on and just giving the sauce. Like, guys, this is exactly how we're doing it, and we want you to be able to do it too, right? For your B2B offer, for your finance company, right? Your tech company. We're working with some tech startups right now. They're doing amazing, right? If you're in that B2B space and looking to go upstream, and you're having trouble just scaling and booking high quality calls and having consistent revenue, guys, let's jump on a sale call and let's fix those bottlenecks you're running into. All right, guys. Again, diving into exactly what just outbound automation does, we leverage bots, right? Another way we leverage AI, not only just through like the lead scraping and the softwares. AI means tools, right? It's like we leverage tools to automate the heavy lifting up front, so you can do that 300 to 500 targeted DMs going outbound. The setter is going to be leveraging, these positive frameworks and conversational workflows that we're going to personalize and create with you on behalf of you, your business, your offer, in your sales process, for them to get DM set and booked into a sales call. Right? And if your sales process is different, maybe some people run them straight to the digital product or the info product they have, right? So it's even more autonomous. You're not even taking a bunch of sales calls. That's where we just come in, personalize every step of this process with you. That way you have literally just an influx of highly targeted and qualified leads coming into your pipeline, guys. Because without that, you're either going to continue doing manual outreach, you're going to maybe, scale a couple VAs, but there isn't real systems and like SOPs, standard operating procedures behind what they're doing. They're just kind of doing manual outreach and doing a little bit more of what you found working, right? But there isn't true scale, if that makes sense. So what these systems are going to allow you to do is genuinely scale. So that's just one of the outbound levers. And again, guys, these are just proof of concept, right? Just high quality meetings being booked on our calendar on autopilot, right? I literally just got here down to Florida, and our team, I took 4 sales calls already today. It's 3 p.m., but I literally went to the gym at 1. I took 3 sales calls before 12 o'clock today, all completely booked in by our team, and they were all high quality, guys. And it gave me a shot to, I've already pitched over 20K today. Guys, and it's all I can ask for as a business owner, right? It's fully autonomous. As far as me as a business owner, I can genuinely go start working on the things that I love doing, right? Staying on top of just client success, staying on top of new systems rolling out in the marketplace. That way we have the best product rolling out, and that way client success gets better. And that just feeds the ecosystem again, guys. And that's really the whole idea, right? It's to literally automate and delegate that upfront acquisitions, because yes, you're going to get the most, this is going to be your most ROI, very front end, you can see the results from this, which is again another reason why it needs to be automated and delegated, so you're no longer the bottleneck. You can actually step out, go from working in the business to own the business, and look and be like, okay, where am I getting bottlenecked at? Where are my SOPs and my systems for my business getting bottlenecked at, right? Leveraging, actual true KPI trackers, right? Actually, getting real feedback as to where your business can get better, and you've now created time so you can go and fix the further bottlenecks down in further in the funnel, right? Because if you're still like, if the business isn't scaling without you doing your manual outreach and your cold calls and you going to live events, then every time you close a client and you're worried about fulfillment, that means the other stuff is all getting neglected, right? And if you're genuinely wanting to scale, there is no times where you can just hit pause, right? And like that leads to inconsistent revenue, because then you got to fire things back up, and then the market's moving so fast right now. It's now you have to try a new marketing angle and roll out a new messaging, right? And make sure your offer's still dialed while still worrying about the clients you have, and then you're still having to go to these live events and do like it's this rabbit hole that a lot of entrepreneurs, even myself and my business partner, were running at one point, right? And everyone has to go through it, right? But until you automate and delegate your acquisitions, I'm sorry, but you will be running that hamster wheel, right? And so that's, again, genuinely speaking, right? I like to speak in just kind of full transparency here. That is what these systems will allow you to do. Make that process autonomous, and book nothing but high quality calls on your calendar on a consistent basis. And like I said, I want to also dive into exactly the systems for you to overcome that ads problem. If you're a finance company, right, where you have to declare your ads, and now your cost per acquisition goes up, but your lead quality diminishes because you had to declare your ads into that special category, right? Guys, you need to be leveraging direct and indirect ads right now in the marketplace, okay? So what I mean by that, right? And again, all immediate deliverables, but we have this built out. It wouldn't pop up for some reason here, but we have this built out in an exact plug and play format of how to launch the proper follower ad formula and the way to launch the exact messenger lead ad formula, to where you no longer have to declare the ad, and you can run people directly to your funnel where they can now opt in without it being declared, so it can be super targeted to the exact audience you want, right? And especially if you start going upstream to that B2B market, where you're able to, if you're funding or credit repair, you can help these business owners who understand that they need capital and they need leverage to expand their business, grow, scale, right? The people you generally want to talk to, and it's going to be more high ticket. You can go target and talk to these people in a very natural way, because outbound is going to allow you to target these people cold, allow you to test different messages in the market, see what these people really want to hear, which is going to force them to also come click on the profile. They're going to run into your content assets. And because they clicked on the profile, you're allowed to run retargeting ads indirectly for them to come visit the profile, follow you, and then you're hitting them with just the proper actual strategy, right? And this is where the strategy comes into place, right? Where you're doing the daily story posts, and you're rolling out the right short form and long form content assets. And you have that DM setter setting these people that are coming to your profile and interacting with your content, right? They're reaching out to them, they're reaching out to new followers, and you're doing it indirectly but directly, if that makes sense. So you don't have to declare the ads, because you're not capturing their info up front, right? Meta wants you to declare the ads when you need to capture their info for like the credits or the credit space or the housing space, things like that. Now, when you do it in the indirect way and you push people to your profile, but your profile is done where it piques curiosity, and they come and they solves their pain, and they want to opt into what you have, right? Yeah, I mean, it becomes like a cash cow. And that's how these people are doing it in this new age marketing space at an extremely high level, guys. And you need to be doing it at a high level today in your business, especially if you genuinely want to go to $20, $30, $50,000 a month. Like I said, we're booking out with just our outbound processes, not even to mention ads. Hope this makes sense as to how it can help you scale and how you can really genuinely build an ecosystem leveraging AI, ads, and an A player, where all you're going to be doing as a business owner is rolling out more content assets, hopping on sales calls if you want to, and worrying about client fulfillment, genuinely doing the stuff that you love doing, and it's still pushing your business forward. I think it's the best thing ever now that we've implemented Acquisition Ascension into our own business, and we're seeing the fruits of it. I traveled to Florida yesterday and literally got calls being booked on our calendar, still on autopilot, right? Without me, right? I no longer have to be in there doing it, we scaled the team, and now we're looking to scale client success managers because we're seeing so much demand for this in the marketplace, guys. And we want to keep you guys up to speed with what the high movers and the people that are actually, like I said, doing, the 100K months that you're looking up to are doing. They're creating this ecosystem that's allowing nothing but high quality opt-ins to be coming back into the funnel, and you guys need to be doing the same. And if you want to learn more, comment or DM B2B, and we'll dive into exactly what you have going on right now, where you're at, where you want to be, and we'll put together just a personalized game plan, right, for you obtaining your goals, right? I think it's extremely important to not just keep all this information and knowledge to ourselves, right? We want to help more people succeed in the marketplace. Okay, your guys' success is our success, and we want to see you win. All right, guys? And so, again, my name's Darius York. You can follow me on IG. Follow us at Solna Digital to just learn more about how we're scaling in the B2B space in real time.